Our life sometimes feels like a long journey full of challenges, where worries and thoughts constantly arise, making the mind feel heavy. Some days it feels as if everything is piling up. The sad memories of the past refuse to leave, combined with anxieties about a future that hasn't arrived yet. All of it creates a whirlwind that leaves us exhausted, lost, and gradually forgetting the feeling of peace. Many try to escape these emotions, but the more we run, the more tired we become. The mind never stops working. It keeps generating countless unnamed thoughts, like dark clouds covering the light within us. We slowly lose sleep, lose our smiles, and sometimes even lose ourselves. Yet, the scariest part is not the thoughts themselves, but letting them control our entire life. When the mind is too full, there is no room for peace or simple joy. Each passing day feels like a silent inner battle. Still, even in the darkest moments, there is always a path that leads back to calmness and serenity. Sometimes, the healing journey doesn't begin by searching for something new, but by learning to observe your own mind, understanding that peace has always been there, just waiting for us to reach it. Marco heard that in a distant village on the Green Hills, there lived an old man who had once been a famous psychologist. He had spent his life helping others heal the chaos in their minds and find their way back to inner peace. In his later years, he left the bustling city behind and chose to live quietly amidst nature, where the wind and birdsong became his companions. Though withdrawn from busy life, he still occasionally welcomed visitors seeking guidance, and those who left seemed to carry a part of his tranquility with them. Hearing this, Marco felt a small spark of hope in his otherwise turbulent life. He sensed that if anyone could help him escape the storm within his mind, it was this wise man. The hope grew, urging Marco to leave his small village. He embarked on a long journey, crossing winding roads, climbing steep hills, enduring scorching sun and cold nights. Yet, despite the fatigue, he did not stop, for in his heart, the desire to regain peace was stronger than anything else. Finally, after days of effort, the village nestled deep in the hills appeared before him, peaceful, beautiful, and carrying the promise of a change he had quietly awaited. Stepping into the small village amid the hills, Marco immediately sensed a peaceful atmosphere, unlike the chaos that had filled his mind. He walked along a narrow path covered in greenery until he saw a simple house nestled under the trees. On the porch, the old man he had been seeking sat quietly, eyes half closed, as if listening to the heartbeat of the earth. The soft afternoon light fell on his face, making him look even more calm and gentle. Marco approached and softly said, "Sir, my mind is always restless. I cannot stop thinking, and I cannot find peace. I want help." The old man slowly opened his eyes. His gaze was not judgmental, only full of serenity, which immediately eased Marco's heart. The old man smiled kindly and gently said, "If you truly wish to find stillness, follow me. I will give you a small task." Without another word, he led Marco to the sunny backyard. His deliberate pace seemed to remind Marco that all important things in life require patience and full presence. In that moment, Marco felt that this meeting would change his life. The old man led Marco to a small yard behind the house, where an old wooden table sat under a tree's shade. Without further explanation, he took a glass and carefully filled it with water. Marco watched as the water rose to the brim, so full that the slightest shake could spill it. When the glass was full, the old man stopped, handed it to Marco and said, "Now take this glass, walk to the end of the village and back, but remember one thing. Do not spill a single drop." Marco was slightly surprised. The task seemed simple, but clearly there was something deeper behind it. Nevertheless, he accepted the glass seriously and began to walk. The village path was narrow and crowded. Children ran and played, adults chatted, and some dogs barked in the distance. But Marco dared not look around. His full attention was fixed on the glass that trembled slightly with each step. He walked slowly and steadily, eyes never leaving the water. All the surrounding sounds and sights seemed to vanish. Only the glass and his complete focus remained. Each step was a small challenge, yet Marco did not allow himself to be distracted for even a second. Finally, he returned to the old man, breathing a sigh of relief. The glass remained full, not a single drop spilled. As Marco gently set the glass down, the old man looked at him kindly and asked, Along the way, did you notice the children playing by the road? Did you hear the dogs barking or the noisy market? Marco was surprised and shook his head. No, sir, I didn't notice anything. My mind was only focused on the glass. I feared that if I lost concentration, the water would spill. The old man smiled warmly, a smile that seemed to calm even the gentle breeze passing through the yard. Then he spoke slowly, each word carrying profound meaning. That is the secret you've been seeking. When your mind remains in the present moment, the fears of the past have no chance to intrude, and anxieties about the future cannot disturb you. You only have one thing to attend to, and that focus quieted your mind. He paused, then continued. In that moment, you were no longer swept away by wandering thoughts. Your mind was like a still lake. You did not think of what had passed, nor worry about what was to come. That is when you touched true peace. The words opened a new door for Marco. He realized that he had always chased chaotic thoughts without knowing how to stop. The peace he sought did not come from somewhere far away, nor could anyone give it to him. It had always been within him, only hidden beneath the noise of his mind. Marco bowed respectfully and whispered, "Now I understand. If I want my mind to be at peace, I must remain in this moment." The old man smiled again, as if he had been waiting for that answer for a long time. In that instant, as the sun set and the last light painted the narrow path golden, Marco felt truly transformed. His mind was no longer a storm, but a calm sky he had never known before. When the lesson ended, Marco bowed in gratitude to the old man. The sky was painted with sunset hues, and the last rays of sunlight stretched across the ground. Birds called to each other as they returned to their nests, and a gentle breeze carried a sense of peace Marco had never experienced. He began walking back to his village, but inside he was no longer the anxious, restless young man he had been at the start. Marco felt his heart lighter, his mind clearer. He understood that peace did not come from the place he ran to, but from how he embraced the present. From that moment, Marco knew his life had turned a new page. He had learned how to calm his mind. And from then on, peace remained within him. The story closes with a gentle message. If you feel inspired or find a glimpse of peace in Marco's journey, share this story with your loved ones. Every small action can spread positivity to someone in need. Don't forget to support the channel to continue accompanying more healing stories, new lessons, and profound reflections. See you on the next journey, where each story once again brings a new light to the soul.